Lockhart's probably done Williams the biggest favour of his career, because if it had gone another round, he'd have got stopped and there wouldn't have been a rematch and there wouldn't have been mentioned of it. Liam Smith would have just stopped him.
I think he didn't really try too much to make the weight. He just used it in his favour, and he wanted to be that little bit heavier to have the advantage against me. This is the gym I first come to as a kid. Pete guided me all along as an amateur, and yeah, kept me on a straight and narrow, really.
So he had his first bout at 10. I could see then that there was something in his hand.
First fight, Liam Smith, I think I went off to a great start. I believe I won mostly everything. Dropped a couple of rounds here and there, but obviously it was a bad class meds. Disappointing, but you know, it's the name of the game, so it's pointless whinging about it too much. I don't really think he meant it in terms of he wanted to cut me open yet. I thought he was frustrated. I think he was definitely deliberate. I'm 100% behind the decision Gary made. Obviously knew he had a very bad cut and lived to fight another day.
I mean, what are the men in the corner for? They've got to look after their boxers' welfare, haven't they? And if they see that it's a serious injury, they have to pull out. And if it had happened to Smith, it's what they would have done.
As a person, I've always respected him, to be honest, and his achievements and everything else. But you know, since the last fight and the build-up to this fight, I've changed my outlook on him. To be honest, I don't really think he's a nice person. Don't really like him. Don't want to be his friend. We both got in for the win, and it's only going to bring the best out of both of us and be a really good fight. I think Smith not making the weight was very embarrassing and very unprofessional. I was tired making the weight. I was tired when I was 2 pounds overweight. I didn't want to get that 2 pound off, you know. In all honesty, I think he didn't really try too much to make the weight. He just used it in his favour, and he wanted to be that little bit heavier to have the advantage against me. I don't care what the outcome is in terms of how I win. I just want to make sure I win. As long as my arm's raised at the end of the night, I go home a happy man.
Well, just Paul, obviously the oldest, and Stephen, next eldest, then obviously myself, and Callum, he's the youngest of the four boys, obviously. We're still very competitive at anything and everything besides boxing, whether it be pool, snooker, darts, you know, we're competitive at everything we do.
Listen, I respect Lockhart and Williams, and I'm not bad-mouthing them, but Lockhart's probably done Williams the biggest favour of his career, because if it had gone another round, he'd have got stopped and there wouldn't have been a rematch and there wouldn't have been a mention of it. Liam Smith would have just stopped him.
From a neutral, it's probably a good fight to watch. I think I was competitive. William started pretty quick, got into a lead, but at the time of the stoppage, Williams would probably, I think he was just ahead. He was won on all three scorecards, but if you listen to their point of view, you'd think it was a landslide, and I think Liam Smith was in a lot better position, and now I think I know where I had to put my money on if it was a 3-round fight for the last three, but that's all been and gone.
Yeah, we've got a sister, Holly. She's 16. You know, she's severely autistic. She has her good days, her bad days, but you know, she's funny to be around, especially when she has her good days. You know, we enjoy a good laugh with her.
No, getting in a boxing ring and having a fight is not compared to what she goes through daily. So yeah, I think she's an inspiration, and I think the other three are great. 15
years on, we're still trying to push the awareness out for autism, and that is mainly what we're trying to do. We're boxing with it on our shorts and the stuff we do for charity and we do for autism to help it. It's just to raise more and more people aware of it, and you know, she's a massive part of this family, and it's probably one of the reasons as well why we're so close.
I'm in Burley, yeah, and this is my first ever amateur boxing club. Come here when I was about 5, started training with Graham Rutherford and never looked back.
It's another one. I won the European Championships. A lot of good memories there. A lot of good friends.
I grew up in Durham. I was born there and I've lived all my life, really.
It was nice, you know, everybody was nice, and it was a nice area, and you did get the few tough kids, but, you know, there were no problems. My mum brought my brother Martin down to Burley Gym, and then I just ended up following. Just come down one night, had a look, see what was going on. Thought it looked like fun, and I joined in and ended up loving it and never looked back. I'm more of a thinker than a battler, you know. Just don't get in there just to get stuck in. You know, just like to outthink my opponents, outsmart them, and use my boxing skills to win, put on a good show. You know, money's great, but it's not everything in life. I want to test me ability by fighting the best out there in the world. You know, I think that drives me more than anything.
He's probably the hardest working athlete I've ever worked with, ever. Just his ability to adapt, the way he listens. I think nobody's beating Tommy, to be honest. If he keeps on sticking in the way he has done, he doesn't fear anyone. He's just gone from strength to strength.
An extra little bit of buzz about it, really. Fighting in front of your home fans, there's going to be plenty there. There's some good North East talent on the show as well, so my ambition is to be a world champion, you know what I mean? I want to fight the best out there and be the best, but I'm just looking to go out there and put on a classy display of boxing.
My dad, to be fair, my dad never did want me to do boxing. And it was my granddad. Years and years ago, I can remember he bought me, can you remember the old out of Argos, you stand on, you punch and they'd fire back at you? And apparently I'd punch it day in, day out. I'd even fall asleep with the boxing gloves on me. And I would always mither my dad, please take me to the boxing. He goes, no, 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 no. And my cousin ended up taking me. And ever since then, well, he had to take me now. He's stuck with me every day since now.
He's chose the right path, not the bare knuckle path. That's the one I didn't want him going down. That's my grandfather, in actually a bare knuckle fight. And the bottom one's Bartley just like posing for a photo. I actually seen him fight once with a bloke called Don Alden. We used to call him the Blonde Bomber, which was a professional boxer. And he had a bare knuckle fight with him, and Don Alden hit him with a right hand in the bridge of the mouth there. And it broke the inside of the bridge of his mouth. And all he done was shove the gum shield in and bit down on the gum shield and pushed his roof back up and kept fighting. He once sparred with Muhammad Ali, and I think it was over 4 or 5 rounds. Ali really, really rated him.
I would like to pick up where Bartley left off. Obviously, he was in the bare knuckle world, but I'm trying to do it in the boxing world. So, yeah, I would like to believe he would be proud. I met a fella called Nathan Clark. At first, we never really had a gym. He used to train me on a field. And with him, I won the ABA. He entered me in the ABAs, I won the national ABAs, I got in the Great Britain team, went to the World Championships, all in the space of a year. I got the chance to work with Ricky, and now I'm fighting for the WBC title on a Frank Warren show, so. German, 6'4". I've watched a fair few videos of him. He looks tall, upright boxer, loves to box. I've never seen him get properly hit yet, but you can't take him lightly. An unbeaten man, he's no pudding, is he?
Tyson's granny and my wife's grandfather are brother and sister.
I spoke to him last night on the phone, to be fair. Yeah. He said he's coming to me fight, he'll be ringside and stuff like that, so.
He's looking strong, looking good, so I'm the same. He's ready, both ready to go, and definitely going to 100% bring the best Josh Lever, and I'll be waking up Sunday morning with a belt.
If you look at my opponents, Street's opponents, I would tell. Like, I boxed Egan beat us, but Egan ended up #1. Josh Lever, look how he's boxed. I think he only ever done 5 rounds against Sutcliffe, who was finished. Glenn Folk will be IBF European champion.
It's been a long camp. I've been training for about 15 weeks. So I've had good sparring, everything been done by the book, so come Saturday I'll be ready.
You know, a little bit of pads, a little bit of shadow, just to show some people what it's all about, and just from what's been said in the media and stuff, and you know there is a bit of need there, so it all makes for a more explosive fight. He should have held his hands up and accepted what happened in the first fight, but none of those things matter now. We're 3 days away from a fight, and I've just got my mind set on winning Saturday night.
Fresh, healthy, sharp, fit. I feel the way a fighter should feel a couple of days before a fight. If there's ever a perfect camp, I think I've just had close to one of them. I had no injuries, I had no issues, I had no little problems in camp. I had a good, clean run, and I'm very happy with the camp we had. That was a mistake last time that nearly cost me the fight. That was part and parcel of my performance, and it comes down to the weight. So, I'm not going to make that mistake this time, and I'll come in on weight. Liam Williams not going to get easy free shots like he had last time. Trying to stay me out here today. I looked at him, he smiles. Like, I'm like, what are you smiling for? I'm not letting on to you. whether it be in the ring, out the ring. He knows he can't have that with me. He knows he can't bully me.
It was a great fight first time round, and I think there's absolutely no reason to suspect that we're not going to have more of the same this time. Liam Williams will be massively wanting to prove that he was robbed and he was beaten by a deliberate foul in that first fight. Liam Smith, I think, will be much, much better prepared than he was first time around. Am I allowed to sit on the fence? It's incredibly difficult to call.